Hello, this is Dr. Victoria Skirbo speaking to you from the Caesar Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And today is the 4th of January, and tomorrow we have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn. This is a very powerful eclipse. It's a excuse me, a south node eclipse, so the eclipse occurs at the south node of the moon. South node eclipses are about the past and releasing things we no longer need, that no longer serve us, and actually healing the past. And we have the south node in Capricorn, of course, the north node in Cancer. That started, that whole shift of the nodes began on the 6th of November, which was incidentally the midterm elections for the United States. So there was a shift in energy. The nodes moved from Leo, north node, Aquarius, south node, to Cancer, north node, Capricorn, south node. And so over the next 18 months from November, we are to feel our feelings, move in the direction of Cancer, and release those things that repress or oppress us, or structures that no longer serve our evolution. And so there is a real structural release. Now, that being said, I thought I would do some cards on this reading. I've already shuffled them, and we'll do a Celtic cross and see how this new moon is going to work for us. Okay, so let's see the immediate environment. We have the Tower card. Now, this could be scary to some people, but the Tower card is, well, I can't say it's pleasant, honestly. But what it generally means is a collapse of those facades or structures that prevent spirit from expressing itself. We can see that there's a lightning bolt hitting the top of this tower, sort of blowing its crown off. This is symbolic of spirit coming down. This is kind of a Uranian energy. We have Uranus in the last degrees of Aries right now in the sky, and it just spent actually today, because today's the 4th, but it was just making a trine to Mercury today, actually. So there's a lot of flow of energy, and we can see all these little yods coming down. These yods are kind of like messages from spirit, and as dare I say, downloads. And then we see these people falling out of the tower. So those people who, the higher you build your tower, the further down you fall. And so if you're building something on falsehoods or on something that is not truly who you are, you will experience this much more traumatically than somebody who is being true to who they are. And who are we? We're actually spirit. Okay? So remembering that we are spirit having a human experience and incarnate. Okay, let's see what crosses that. Okay, we get the 4 of Wands here. This is celebration. This is, so my first thought with this card and this card is that this is the celebration, at least, and I apologize for it being about my country all the time. But this is the Democrats' win in the House, I think. And so there's celebration. They're excited about it, but I think the celebration is going to be short-lived, not because they're not going to get things done, but because there's just so much to do immediately because of this. Because of this. Okay, let's see what's at the root of this. So this is the battle-weary soldier, but somebody who's willing to continue to fight. I'm going to put that down and see what else comes up with this. Let's see the past. We have the Queen of Wands. I see this as the women's movement, the Me Too movement, compassionate queen. Okay. What's in the sky? There's still work to be done. We have a little bit of a rest between our chores, but there's still work to be done. There's hard work ahead. Hard work ahead. Okay, let's see what's in the immediate future. Okay, I see this as us looking at our place in the world and how we're going to go out into the world. This can be commerce, but I feel it has more to do with what is our place in the world. What is our place in the world? And that could be, a country like the United States, or it could be you. What's your place in the world? How do you want to impact the globe, right? How do you want to impact things? Okay, let's see how it's seen from the outside. Heartbreak. Okay, so this is not going to be easy. People are going to have their hearts broken. But this card is a broken-hearted sorrow, but it generally frees us from situations or relationships that hold us back. So initially, it's painful, but ultimately it's freeing. The domestic situation. Dirty Twix, okay? There's some dirty tricks going on in the domestic situation. I feel like this is political stuff. I mean, this could be your personal experience as well, but this feels more like people trying to take other people's ability to fight away. So just be aware of that. They could be trying to do some dicey things. Hopes and fears. So this, I see this hope as stability, financial stability. And perhaps a fear is that those in power will those who pull the strings, the elite, will continue to pull the strings. Like, this isn't going to affect them. This is going to affect us. So that could be a fear that ultimately, even with this experience, right, nothing will change. And that's a reasonable fear, because why go through all the suffering if nothing changes, right? Let's see the outcome. Okay, the outcome is one of trying to find our feet, trying to find balance again. So it looks like we're going to, this is not fatal. This is not fatal, but it does cause us to recalibrate and rework. This is cause and effect, so it's about coming to terms with cause and effect. But we're gonna be dancing. There's a lot of dancing here. All right. Let me see if I can pull a major arcana in 3 cards. Okay, the 6 of Swords. Generally, I don't read these cards, but they do have influence. I wait to see if we can get a major arcana. But this is about moving to calmer waters. So that's actually makes me feel good. We could use some calmer waters. Rest, the 4 of Swords, rest and relaxation, retreat. This is mental retreat, because the swords are air, and it's more of a mental retreat. And then the end of something. So something is definitely ending. All right, let's see what's at the bottom. Justice. Justice. So justice will be served. So there is an indication here that there is going to be some sort of tower moment where the structures that we have come to rely on are falling away. Our challenge is to actually stay in a good frame of mind, really. Okay, stay in a good frame of mind through them. There's plenty of work ahead. Really, we're ready for the change. This is at the root. Evaluating over the next 6 weeks where we stand in the world. And then ultimately finding balance. And this is about balance, and so is this. So as difficult or challenging as this eclipse energy sort of brings forth, we are going to make it through. We're going to and we're going to be better for it. It just can be a painful experience. Now, what I want to say about this eclipse quickly. What's interesting about this eclipse is that the sun and moon, which is always conjunct on a new moon, right? A new moon eclipse, solar eclipse, is actually sandwiched between Saturn and Pluto, exactly in the middle. And so it sits on what we call the midpoint of Saturn and Pluto. And the midpoint of Saturn and Pluto is Saturn is structure and Pluto is change, inevitable change. And so with Saturn, and Saturn is actually moving closer to Pluto because it is in its last year, really. 2019 is the last year before Saturn makes a conjunction to Pluto, and that occurs in January of 2020. So this is sort of the last of the structures that no longer serve us to collapse into Pluto. And Pluto in Capricorn has to do with power and the abuse of power. And so these structures that sort of allow for the abuse of power will crumble. And then there's also that karmic part of things. So we have that karmic sense of what we have wrought sort of comes to roost that we need to examine and heal from. It's not just to say you've been bad and this is your punishment. It's not about punishment. It's actually about forgiveness. It's actually about letting go. It's actually about recognizing where we've sort of gone astray, and how when Pluto and Saturn make that conjunction in 2012, how would we do it differently? Okay. And then the other part of that, at least in America, is that America is having its Pluto return, and that's going to happen in 2022. And so just as a country, we are our past is visiting us, and we're seeing what we've wrought. And until when we're reborn after our Pluto return, when we have the opportunity to be reborn, we can make decisions on how we're gonna move forward as a country. But this is an intense reading. It's an intense time. Know that anything that falls down and collapses is something that is actually holding you back and not holding you up. So, all right. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great eclipse. Have a great month. I'll see you again soon for another reading on some other subject, perhaps. Like and subscribe, and if you have anything that you're particularly interested in, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about doing a reading. I know I've been a little lax in the readings, but I've been pretty busy. So thanks to you, because you guys are getting a lot of readings from me, mostly astrological, Kabbalistic ones, which I actually love to do. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll see you again soon. Bye.